All right, guys, how y'all doing, man? How's everybody doing? Um, I don't think I can. Oh wait, yeah, I can flip the camera. Yeah, I'm at the park right now. Um, Getting in some nature before I get out of the car and walk around. It's kind of like a gloomy day, whatever you want to call it. Like there's no sun and thick, dense clouds, and um, so I just feel called to record a video. I made a video earlier that was channeled by the Divine Council of Nine, as I always do, usually, for the most part anyway. And it was all geared towards heart, being in the heart centered, which is something that is happening to all of humanity. But that's not what the video is going to be about. I'm going to just bring forward whatever needs to come through, and we'll just go off the cuff and off the dome, and whatever comes through. You know what I'm saying? There'll be a message for somebody, as there always is. Again, we post this on all social media platforms. You can always find us at Daren and Luna, on all social media platforms, and you can also find us at our website with all our information, everything we're doing, everything we're a part of. And join us on our journey, man. We're on Patreon. We have events, many events every single month. www.darenandluna.com. Everything will be in the description of the video. So, with that being said, man, let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know the vibes. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Always share these videos out, because you never know who vibes or resonates with the message, and essentially can support them in wherever they're at on their journey. If they're in a dark place, maybe the video could support them in some way, shape, or form. So you never know who you're helping by sharing these videos out. And that goes for any content you're listening to or watching. You just never know what something someone can get or find help in through a message in some sort of content, or so with that being said, I hope all of you are doing well. I hope you're navigating these times grounded and centered and in your heart. If you're not, that's okay too. There's no judgment here. There's never judgment on this channel. We accept everyone for all they are and all who they are, and pretty much accept you for you. And so it's like no judgment. Never are you going to come on any of me and Luna's content or channels or community and where we will judge you or even judge ourselves. So just remember that it's a safe place to share your experiences below in the comments, what you're going through, because remember, um, when you open your mouth and you share, trust and believe that you're helping someone else one way or another, whether it's an hour from now or 10 years from now. You're helping someone. We came here for these times. We came here for the awakening. We came here to be a part of it, or we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be going through it at this time. So I just want to, just have a conversation with you all and just chat, man, and ask you some questions, and that you can potentially ask yourself. you know are you aware of what is happening around you? Are you aware of the changes that are occurring? Because I can tell you right now, there is massive changes. We're going through massive changes this year, as I've been talking about for the last few years, that this would be, everyone thought 2020 was going to change everything. Well, 2025 is changing everything. And I mean changing everything from the inside out. So, meaning the inside of you, the inside of all of us, from the inside out, it's changing us. And there's no, unless you are completely your head is in the sand, like completely, and oblivious, you'll still be kind of going around and moving in a way that like you think that everything is going to just stay the same, and you're going to be with the same friend group, and you're going to be with the same job and living in the same place for 100 years, and like this old type of paradigm of living is changing. The Aquarian age does not align with that kind of living and being. The Aquarian age is all about love and unity and coming together and community and harmony and balance. Eating healthier, consuming healthier content. People actually realizing that um, the words you speak, you're see, here's the thing, and I've broken this down on lives that I've done before and also on videos, and so you can find them on the channel. Uh, but I can tell you this, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again for the people in the back. Your mind does not know the difference. So when I am driving on the road and somebody cuts me off, let's use that as an example because most can relate to that. You're driving on the road and somebody cuts you off and you give them the finger and you curse at them. You're not actually cursing at them. You're not actually giving them the finger. You're giving yourself the finger. You're cursing at yourself. So if you're in a store and somebody pisses you off and maybe cuts in front of you in line and you start yelling and screaming and cursing at them, you're not actually cursing and yelling and screaming at them. You're yelling and screaming at yourself because you allowed for whatever to happen. So you're mad at yourself. And why I say that, and it may sound weird or whatever, the mind does not know that you are screaming at someone else. The mind does not know that you are cursing at someone else. So I always say to make sure you be mindful of the things you say because you're not actually saying it to someone else, you're saying it to yourself. Only because your mind and body does not know the difference. It doesn't know that you're talking to somebody else. That's why you'll catch videos, and I've seen them for many, many years, where people say they're not actually recording this video for you or someone else, they're recording it for themselves because of the fact that when you record it and when you're speaking it, you're actually speaking it to yourself. Even though there may be an audience, even though you may be live on some social media platform, well, your body and mind doesn't know that and doesn't know the difference. So that live is actually for you. That channeled message you're channeling is actually for you. That short video that you were doing was actually for you. And yet, in making it for you, you're actually helping so many others because you're helping yourself. So, in helping yourself, you're helping others. Does that, I hope that makes sense because um, we have not been conditioned or programmed in that way to realize that, to actually realize that when the way you speak to others is the way you're speaking to yourself. You're not actually speaking that way to others, you're actually speaking that way to yourself. So is that how you want to innately speak to yourself? Is that actually what you want? Is what you're speaking to others, you're speaking to yourself? I reiterated that numerous times because, you know, um, like I said, for the people in the back, um, it's very interesting when you start to actually realize how awake and alive your body is, how awake and alive you are, and how the things you consume, not only in food consumption, but content consumption, and how that can actually negatively or positively affect you and affect your body and affect your health and affect the way you move in the world and the decisions you make and the choices you make by the things that you consume, whether it be food or content. And I say content because it could be many different things. You could be interacting with somebody and they're telling you information and things. Well, that's a form of consumption, or music, or podcasts, or movies, or you know, a lot of what people listen to and watch or consume or even eat is definitely a resemblance of the state that they're in. You just have to really be mindful and pay close attention, and you can definitely tell the state that someone's in by what they're consuming. And I mean consuming on all levels. Food, content, it doesn't matter. um, what they're choosing to listen to, what they're choosing to move with, you know, the food they're choosing, you know. Again, I've always said it, like it's like you wear certain colors dependent on the chakras that are in balanced. Out of balance is more like it. So it's become very, very interesting times that we're shifting. And I did a video on the shift that's happening, and it is happening, and it has been happening. It will continue to happen, and it will continue to get accelerated and more amplified as the energies on the planet become more potent, and our bodies are changing from within, and they're changing on the outside, and we're changing and we're shifting, mind, body, and spirit. um, you know it's the moments that you think that someone is the same and always will be, and they're going to always have the same things they like to do, and beliefs they have and hold, or beliefs they hold, or you know um, that's the moment that you begin to suffer, because every single one of us are changing, every single one of us are transforming, and now it's just more noticeable on a faster, quicker scale than it ever was before. And you know, the best thing we can do is, well, for one, be in our hearts, and two, be grounded and centered. Which, being in your heart innately will be you being in your heart. I mean, you being grounded and centered. And the next one is just being able to accept what is happening and navigate it with more ease and grace. Like navigating the change with more ease and grace, knowing that everything is a constant change. Everything is always changing, no matter what. And one moment someone can act a certain type of way, and the next moment they don't. One moment they're this certain way, the next moment they're another certain way. Not expecting that someone is going to be the same all the time, and knowing that we're shifting, we're changing, we're jumping timelines so fast, so rapidly, and from one moment to the next, we could be this way or that way. And being able to be okay with that, you know, if you rock with this person, you're going to rock with them no matter what and how, and however they change. If you're not, you're not, and that's okay too. you know Everybody's journey is different. Everybody is shifting and changing and realizing so many different things on a daily basis, down to the minutes and seconds, and things are crumbling and collapsing, and um, but at the same time, we're all prepared for this. Yet it doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't negate the fact that it is challenging and it is difficult, and to express that, to not be like, oh yeah, I got this, man, like, yeah, blah blah blah, whoop de woo. And it's like, it's okay to like be vulnerable and say, yeah, I'm having a challenging time. Yeah, it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. And that's okay too, you know, and to shed a tear, to cry, to sob, it's all good, it's all okay, it's all accepted, man. We don't have to pretend like we have it all together, man. We don't. We're all navigating this with no map, with no roadmap. Every single one of us are navigating this without a map because it's never been done before. It's never been done where we've been in physical form and going through an ascension like this. In all of human existence, it's never happened in this way and this fast and this accelerated. So it's like, for you to think that you have it all together and you know exactly what to do and you have the roadmap, it, nobody does. And if they pretend to act like they do, that's okay too. You know, no judgment. You know, this is like, who cares? Like, know that everyone, every single one of us, man, even if they're portraying themselves in a different way on social media, know that everybody is going through this the same. We're all one and we're all connected, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is exempt from what is happening on this planet right now, what has been happening, because this has been thousands of years in the making. And we've been preparing for this in different lifetimes, all of us. Some maybe not, because they're new to the human experience. And that's okay too, because there is humans on this planet that are new to and never have been in human form and never have incarnated on this planet. And that's okay too. But one and the same, we're all navigating this and having to make sense of it all, you know. And it is challenging, and it is overwhelming, and it is stressful, and it is all of those things. And allowing the space to hold for all of it. Maybe you feel like a roller coaster. Maybe you feel like up and down. Maybe you feel happy and joy and fear and depressed and sadness and excitement and like all the things, all the feels, you know. And that's okay too. You know, that's okay too. It's all accepted. You know, I'm getting massive chills, tingly all over my whole entire body as I said that, because my body's like, yeah, like, yeah, let's, you know, we're here to feel it all, man. We're here to feel everything: the sadness, the happiness, the joy, the excitement, the anger, the frustration, the silliness, the playfulness, the, you know, the grief, the shame, the resistance, the stubbornness. The list goes on and on. And that's okay. And you're okay. And it's okay to feel all of it. And it's okay to sob, and it's okay to cry, and it's okay to laugh, and it's okay to be silly and playful. It's okay to do and have it all and hold space for everything and everyone. Because again, man, we're all here for one another, to help each other, to guide each other, to be there for one another, you know, to realize that we're not separate, to realize we are all one and connected. And that's where we're coming back to. That is the age of Aquarius, the age of love, unity, oneness, you know, harmony, community, coming together. So all of this stuff has to crumble and come down and collapse. And so we can rebuild this beautiful new earth together the way that we want it to be. We're here and have the opportunity to, like, to begin and create something new, and out of like the ashes, you know, out of the dirt, sand, and soil. And it's interesting. I just got a reminder, because I remember, like, when I was a little kid, I remember, you know, being like, holy cow, man. Like, if you really think about it, when storms came and, you know, just pummeled through the earth and destroyed everything. Yeah, there was things still standing, because we still have things here that like pyramids and different things that have been here for thousands of years, you know. But for the most part, it's like everything was destroyed and then humanity came back, because again, the way that it has been is ascended masters and just human form left the planet while this process was happening and then came back. They never went through it in the physical body. in physical form like we are. And so just know that you're like courageous for doing it, man. Know that you're just really, really courageous for doing it. And pat yourself on the back, man. Hug yourself. Give yourself praise for this, man, because it is tough. It is challenging. It's not freaking easy. And if anybody tells you that it is, I encourage you to challenge them, because every single one of us are connected in one, and we're all going through it in one way or another. Somehow, some way, we're going through it, and yeah, I mean, so okay, so my story, I dive I digress. The story was, I remember thinking about how a playground or a bridge or different things, even houses, they came from the dirt, and we just created this. And that, I think, is something to be said, because we're at a point where things are all collapsing and crumbling, and now we're going to have the opportunity to create it from the dirt, something new, something better, something out of love, not fear, because we're all stepping into our power and our truth. We're leaving fear behind so that we can step into love, the age of love, the age of Aquarius, the golden age, the age where we all have been talking about, of community and healing modalities, and loving one another, and treating each other as though how we would want to be treated. Just higher states of consciousness without greed and manipulation, but with wanting to help one another, wanting to be there for each other, wanting to hold each other's hands, and walk through it together. The power in coming together is so powerful compared to the power of being divided and separated. So that's going to be it for the video. I love you all, man. Thank you again for all your support. Me and Luna are so grateful and so thankful. And check us out on our website, man. If you vibe with anything that we do, or you want to be in our energy, join us on Patreon, man. Join us for the Breathwork series. Join us. It was so powerful last week. If you want to be a part of that, join us on Patreon. Join level 3 or tier 3 or tier 4, and you can be a part of the Breathwork series. I love you all, man. Go to www.darenandluna.com. Join us on this journey, man, so you can be a part of our energy. It's so powerful, so healing, and you just can't get enough of it. So with that being said, man, take care of yourselves and each other. Again, you can find us on all social media platforms at Daren and Luna. Like, subscribe, share, and comment, and please share this video out. Make it go viral, because people need to hear this message right now. It's important. It's vital. And I love you all, man. From my heart to yours. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you in the next live, in the next video, somewhere around the world. Let's go.